Hello ladies and gentlemen, boys, girls, dogs, and cats, welcome back to Combat Level Up. Today we're here again in a new AI-only battle. We are going to be doing the Road to 56 mod with a lot of other shit added on as well. So it's mostly, around the Road to 56. This is a really fun mod to watch as an AI game. I've done quite a few on my own without recording them, and they always turn out different every time. It's amazing. It doesn't always go, like one of three ways. Like it's in, the base game, it's either Comturn, Axis, rarely, or allies do the best. This time, some things can go different. So it's gonna be a little bit different this time, okay? Because pretty much I'd say half the countries in this, as you can see here, maybe like a third of them actually, like a third of every country you see here has its own tree now because of Road to 56 and a few other mods. Like as you can see here, Scotland has its own tree, Ireland has its own tree. Sweden has its own tree, Finland, Estonia, all these guys. I mean, it's crazy. This is gonna put that new DLC to rest. So we're gonna watch. We're gonna have some fun. I've been trying to record season 3 of 100 World Tension, and I've been having a hard time doing that recently because the mods are actually breaking down. So I've been trying to get that recorded. I apologize that has not come out yet. But let's actually get into this game. This is kind of a little bit of a filler until we get that ready for you guys. But yeah, thanks. Welcome back, guys, to another AI game. This shouldn't last too long, maybe like 5 episodes or so, but it should still be pretty fun. Here goes Ethiopia. Does Ethiopia have like a new tree? I think it does. It has like its own custom tree now from 56. Fill up the Red Sea. I mean, it probably does. Yeah, it does. It has Japanese Navy advisors. So that might... The Islamic... Oh, shit. Wow. So this might turn out different if it's able to win, which probably not. Italy is always very hard on it. Defense of the homeland. I don't know. That might change stuff though. National Spain declared war. That's very early. Is that early? 1936? That's pretty early, right? Defend the homelands. Okay. This just gives them national unity, cores and shit. I'm not sure if any of this stuff was originally here. I haven't really actually played Ethiopia very much. Oh shit, they've taken just surrounded this guy. He's got a port though. But yeah, so I'm not sure how different this Ethiopia tree is from the original one, but I assume it's probably pretty different for the most part. I just skipped past something. I don't remember what it was. Oh shit, the Italians totally turned that around. Yeah, I'm not sure if the Ethiopians are going to do that great, but it'd be interesting to see them win and then try to create some sort of Ethiopian state, Abyssinia, something. Secure the mountains. So they are building defenses as fast as they can. They need to defend. The Italians are pushing in from Ytria. We can check the Italian war in Ethiopia. 16,000, 11,000. They're speeding through those things, those focuses. I'm pretty sure these focuses are meant to be done extremely fast. Plead to the League of Nations so that they can hopefully survive. This is giving them has a second Italo-Ethiopian war. This is gonna give them political power. It's gonna bring everyone's opinion of Italy down quite heavily. So they're doing what they can to defend themselves, but it looks like, oh shit, they might lose 4 divisions here. That's terrible. I don't think we're gonna see Ethiopia survive. It's always fun to hope though, or whatever. I don't know. Maybe you want to see them lose. Maybe you're an Italian nationalist or something. Okay, well, rip Ethiopia. Pretty much they just have to lose their capital. That's about it. They have a lot of defenses though. They need troops on the defenses. Come on, guys, you can do it. You can hold it. How many forts are in the capital? Oh shit! Wow, it's falling fast. Let's check the Spanish Civil War. Nationalist Spain, winning like always. I don't see any. Oh, there's a few Germans here. So there's some Germans here. And over here, I thought I saw some. Oh shit, they're capturing the south very fast. They surrounded a few nationalists. They've taken Sevilla. Oh shit, they might be turning this around. Wow, and this is going extremely fast. I'm not used to it going this fast because usually we're in our 100 World Tension and the games go super slow just because of how much is happening. But there's not very much happening. There are some Soviets here now. So there are Soviets, and they've taken Madrid. Holy shit, we might see a Republic in Spain, which is actually would probably be pretty cool because it's different than what we always see with nationalist Spain. So it might be different. Ethiopia was just annexed. Rest in peace, Ethiopia. You did good, bud. You did good. Concentrated Industry 1. from... Wait, is this National Spain? Yeah, that's National Spain. Okay, Italy is now supporting National Spain. Wow, they are... This totally changed how this happened. This German just got surrounded. Oh, they did capture Madrid back, though. Man, this is a tussle of the century here. There are some Republicans still over in Catalonia, so that's why they haven't captured it. But they're not pressing forward to recapture Basque or anything. So we'll see. This Chinese Soviet Republic declared war on that one. I'm gonna have to learn how to pronounce that one. Maybe someone in the comments can tell me, because whenever that pops up, that war pops up, I always can never say it correctly. But yeah, welcome back, guys. I am sorry I haven't been making as many videos recently. I've had a lot of homework and shit. You guys get the deal. You guys understand. Also, yeah, by the way, we have Danny Devito on. So it's a classic war preparations wall. Wait, hold on. You can... Oh, shit, wow. So, they're having a civil war already. United Kingdom, British Empire. Holy shit, so the British Empire... That took hold really fast. Holy shit. Has other nations as subjects. Holy shit. British war on British Empire. So, this is weird because it looks like they hold London. Wait, so who's the Civil War then? British Empire. Did this become fascist? I'm really confused here. It looks like United Kingdom rose out of British Empire. Attackers, United Kingdom, defenders, British Empire. Yeah, so United Kingdom rose out of British Empire. Okay. I'm just a little confused here. All this came out. British Empire. So British Empire must have been the one that was already there at first. So it must have originally been fascist. Maybe it had a fascist coup. Oh, it's fascism is rising right now. I don't know what it did to itself. Jeez. So Britain has severely affected how it's going to be playing in this game already. It won't be able to fight World War II very well because it's already fighting a civil war. We'll have to see. We'll have to see what happens with Britain. British Malaysia is a British Empire puppet. It appears to be like one of the only puppets of the British Empire, though. It looks like United Kingdom holds most of them. Actually, they hold British Raj. That's a lot. They hold Australia. They hold all the colonies, actually. Okay. Mass assault. Nice. The Republicans have the core of Spain. The nationalists are taking the coast back. British Empire was annexed. Alright, so apparently England became fascist for a little while. They had a civil war and they ended the fascism. I just didn't expect that. Now Britain is blue. Not that good old red that they are usually. Damn, so we might see a Republican victory here. We are seeing the nationalists sort of doing a flank maneuver. If they were to actually attack and take advantage of this, which they're not, might be a good idea. They do have a chance to retake Madrid, it looks like, possibly. Oh shit, the Republicans might split them in half. That would not be good. That would not be good for the nationalists. This is a funner war to watch, though. So we're happy. We're happy this is happening, right, guys? We're very happy. Shit. Okay. Well, we have a few DMZs. Iran has a DMZ, and Turkey has a DMZ. Romania does not have one. That is from Kaiserreich, usually. Shit. And eventually Turkey will end that DMZ, establish village institutes, and Iran will. Both Iran and Turkey have pretty cool trees. Iraq always usually goes down. Yeah, they're doing it again. They're gonna sort of recreate the fascist propaganda. Cool. They're gonna recreate the Abyssinia? No, not Abyssinia. Abyssinia is Ethiopia. They're gonna recreate Assyria. They're gonna recreate the Assyrian Empire, and they're gonna try and rise, but they always lose. So they probably have to go down this. They usually lose pretty quickly to one of these guys. They usually end up declaring war on the Allies, and they join with Germany, and then that will sometimes start kicking off World War II, which is a cool way to kick off World War II in a different sense. But we'll have to wait and see. Looks like the nationalists have like all the colonies, so they have these African ones, and but the Republicans are winning out here. Oh shit, yeah, they just surrounded a lot of troops. That's it. They're done. The nationalists are done. I don't know how they haven't capitulated yet, actually. I guess they still have a few coastal cities. Then they have the islands, too. So we'll have to see what happens with nationalist Spain. I guess they're just going to get annexed fully by the Republicans. This could be big for the communists, then. Actually, I didn't check the faction map mode. Okay. Benelux is a faction. Sabadat Pact is a faction. This usually comes out of Turkey and creates a cool sort of Middle Eastern axis. Benelux down here, so it has, but it's the Netherlands. Benelux does not include Belgium. So Belgium is not in Benelux. Okay, I can see that. Sure. Any other factions? Okay, Japan did its own faction. Oh, but they did it with Siam, which is pretty sweet. So Siam and Japan formed their own faction, so Japan will not be joining the Axis. Oh shit, look at this. Are they... It looks like China submitted to Japan. Lithuania declared war on Poland. Holy shit. So China is not doing their nationalism anymore. They gave Beijing away. But you know, Japan's going to demand more China, and then you're eventually going to have to fight. Lithuania quickly taking some of the eastern northern parts. Oh shit, wait, actually, these were all part of... it's taking and losing territory. Now it's just losing territory. Lithuania is probably going to get killed. Did Poland create its own faction? Yes, it did. Poland just created its own faction. It fully annexed Lithuania. Lithuania is not a puppet. Okay. Poland just grew. So we're seeing a lot of independent factions here. What does Bulgaria say? Legionnaires Bulgaria. So we have a fascist Bulgaria already. So Bulgaria will most likely be joining the Axis unless we get a different fascist faction, which they could join. Benelux is probably a democratic faction. It is. It could possibly join the Japanese faction, but if it did, that would be a horrible decision. Oh, okay, so we have Iran joining the Sabadat Pact. Sabadat Pact? It's so fun to say, jeez. I like it, okay? And jeez is fun to say too, so jeez, leave me alone, man. Jeez! Okay, awesome. What about Danny Devito? Are you doing anything? Danny Devito, you bastard. Does Danny have Malta? No. Okay, so let's check on what Danny is doing. So Danny Devito can do a lot of different things. He fortified the hell out of New Jersey. So they did plan Leroy. They're not going to be friending the USA, so that means they will not demand the UK's imperialism. And doing this will actually give Danny DeVito a lot of his the UK's colonies. They refused immigrants, so that means they are going to be going down fascism. It appears to be create jobs and end the depression. Plan Leroy demands, so they're going to end up having sort of the northeast of the US pretty soon. This will gain them cores, and this will give them the northeast essentially, and then that will either lead to a war with America, or they will just take it, and then that's how they'll remain for the rest of the game, pretty much until they join the Axis, the Comintern. Most likely the Axis, since they're going down to fascism. Japan just declared war on Shaanxi. Is that how you say that? And China. Okay. Told you, China, they're going to be demanding more. Looks like they just formed their sort of Chinese nationalist state, and the Chinese have launched an invasion up into these newly acquired lands from Japan. But Japan is also launching a naval invasion here too, at Shanghai. They don't have Shanghai yet, but if they can capture Shanghai, then that will give them a better chance of this being successful. It looks like... Oh shit, there are Soviets helping... Ooh. Legionnaires Bulgaria just joined the Axis. Okay, so they just did. There's a Soviet standing in Shanghai, so it looks like the Soviets are actually supporting nationalist China. It's a bit odd. Oh, and Japan just lost a ton of troops down there. Okay, so they are invading the sort of communist China pretty effectively. They've taken out Shaanxi, it looks like, for the most part. They're researching their planes. They're doing good. They have an invasion plan into Siberia, but it doesn't look like they're going to be launching it yet. We also we have the Great Mongolian State. So Mongolia is it has this new tree from a mod, and we'll see where it goes. It looks like it's going to stay communist. So the Mongols will probably remain in the Comintern, but they might still try to form their own Mongol empire, which would be pretty cool. Chinese United Front is now fighting the Datoa Kyo. Is it an F? No, it's an E. Kyoi can. There you go. There you go, boys. I did it. I did it, okay? They're around Shanghai again. Instead, they went for Hangzhou. But they still are taking spots. This could be dangerous for China because they have multiple fronts. Japan can do whatever they want. Japan's doing pretty good. We'll see if Japan survives this and does good. Siamese Empire is going to need a way to start supporting Japan. I think that they're probably doing it navally to an extent, but once Japan ends up going to war with the Allies, Siam will have an easy time attacking the French Commune, actually. Shit, so the French are now communist. Aha, I see. Another win for the communists. Also, Germany has done Sudetenland and Austria, so we're seeing Germany grow kind of early, actually. Or I don't know if that's early. I think that might be right on par, because it's actually getting close to 1939. It's September, so in a few months, they'll actually be attacking Poland, or they should be attacking Poland. The fate of Czechoslovakia, they're researching right now. I did turn off the historical AI focuses, so I guess they don't have to be attacking around the same time they did before, but Republic of Paraguay declared war on Paraguay. Okay, shit. So we're having a communist civil war in Paraguay between the two states that make up Paraguay. Republic of Paraguay with its 5 divisions versus the communist Paraguay with its 5 divisions. We might just see a stalemate here forever, boys, which would be, excuse me, very funny, actually. That would be extremely funny to watch, because I don't think these guys are gonna really make any moves on each other. The communists took 1 state, but now I think the Republicans can just hold on to this Republicans. I don't really know. Jeez. Let's check on Danny Devito. Interventionalism. Nice. Danny Devito is researching OOPS so they can get a shitload of nukes really fast. They gained cores on Plan Leroy, so New York, New England, Pennsylvania, they gained the cores, which is pretty sweet. So they're actually going to be demanding the Northeast pretty soon, probably after they research OOPS. I guess they could go for end of the Depression. Russian Civil War. So this Russian Revolution never works out. It always starts out down here, sadly. It looks like they held on to Armenia, which is kind of funny. So we'll have to see, I guess. The Soviets, this could slow down the Soviets. This would be a really good time for like the Axis to attack, but of course they haven't taken Poland yet, so there's no way they're going to be able to do that. We have a specific mod on for, we have Greater Possibilities, Estonia, and Denmark on. We also had Austria, but Austria has been Entschlusst. So, actually we can see here that there was a fascist Austria, but it got Entschlusst. So, rip Austria. We can check on Denmark. I'm going to put it on pause just for a second so we can look at these trees. This is the Greater Possibilities Denmark. Yeah, so we have a political effort here. Let's actually check on where they're at. They've done political efforts, support democracy. Okay, defend the kingdom. So they're not going to be going down fascism or communism. We can also check on Estonia, because Estonia has its own. Looks like protect against the Red Army. So they are building fortifications against the Soviets. 4-year plan. What ideology are they going towards if they haven't even done it yet? Looks like they're going towards democracy. So they are also going towards democracy. There's a few other countries that we can check on really quick too. I like to check on Sweden. Sweden appears to be having a fascist growth inside of Sweden. Let's check. So we're probably going to see Sve Reich. Yep, we're going to see Sve Reich in Sweden. Republic of Finland. Are we seeing a growth? We're also seeing a growth of fascism in Finland as well. So we might see a fascist Finland. Norway, I'm not sure if Norway has its own tree. We can check though. Norway is very democratic. So it's the only Baltic state, I mean, not, Nordic state that's not going down those. It appears that Norway does not have its own treaty. So, there we go. Greece joined Benelux. Oh man, Italy declared war on Greece. So, Benelux is really going to be hurting the Allies because they're not obviously the same faction. They're both democratic factions though, so... Oh shit, look, so looks like Iraq joined the Sabada Pact. Dutch East Indies joined Benelux, that makes sense. I wonder if that will bring sort of Iran and Turkey more to the right, because Iraq is extremely fascist. Paraguay was annexed. We have a... So, democratic Paraguay is, or I think maybe possibly non-aligned Paraguay, is staying. Are we seeing a rise in communism? Yes, we are. Are we seeing a rise in fascism? Fascism is actually dying in Iran. Iran is going to become communist. This is a weird faction because we're going to see, like, we're probably going to see Turkey is, I mean, it's democratic, but just a little bit. It doesn't have anything else growing in it. So technically we have a non-aligned, we're going to have a communist, and we're going to have a fascist all in the same faction. Oh shit, Benelux died already. Holy shit, so that's going to fuck up the Allies. Or at least give them an even harder time. Italy took 3 states. Oh my god, Bulgaria. German Reich took 6 states, so they took pretty much, yeah, they just took Amsterdam and stuff, and they also took Luxembourg. Bulgaria took Greece. Italy took a little bit of Greece. And they have Albania, of course. That's crazy, actually. Who were the Indies given to? Dutch East Indies. They're just the Dutch East Indies. They're independent now. Nice. So the Dutch East Indies are no longer Dutch, but they're still the Dutch East Indies, and they're their own faction. Or they're their own country. How is Japan doing over here? Looks like this has increased, but they still have Beijing. This has fallen back a little bit. Japan, come on, you can do it. I know there's a lot of people rooting for you, Japan. I don't think there's very many people rooting for China, but so I'm gonna root for you too, Japan, just because Russia is losing quite a bit. The communists are retaking, which is to be expected. I mean, I didn't think this was really gonna go anywhere. Oh shit, okay, we just died, but that's fine. Observe, Russia took 27 states. The Kingdom of Romania declared cancel Lend-Lease. Yeah, it's because they died. Hungary is growing. Hungary took Slovakia from the Polish, actually. Or no, sorry. I don't know why I said that. From the Czechs when the Czechs died. And they also just took a part of Transylvania, which they claim... Oh shit, they took even more. Man, Romania is just giving them everything they want, huh? They're just giving in. Just giving in to everything. Italy just declared war on Turkey. That's pretty big. That brings the Axis into a war with Sabada Pact. Oh shit, and the Italians are instantly taking the coast. Let's see what the Turkish response to this is, and let's see if their allies will join the war. So far, Iraq and Iran have not joined the war. Okay, so the Soviets are supporting Turkey only because they want to try to do everything that they can to stop the Axis. These guys are going to... So more Chinese states are fighting each other. Dictatorial Xinjiang is a thing. Okay, the Germans just attacked Poland. Oh my god, there's a lot going on here. So these 2 Chinese states are going after each other. While Japan is invading. So those 2 must not be in... Oh, okay, no, yeah, one of them is. One of them is. One of them is in the faction, the other's not. Germans and Hungarians are pretty much just destroying Poland here. Reorganized nationalist China declared war on China. So China just had its own civil war. Right? Reorganized nationalist China. Yeah, that's different from... These are 2 different countries here. Reorganized nationalist China. I think. No, they're the same. Hold on, what the fuck? I'm so confused. Is there multiple reorganized nationalist Chinas? That might be the case, guys. This one is not in China, the Chinese faction, right? Yeah, that one is not. Okay, and France has fully joined the Comintern. That I repeat, France has joined the Comintern. So all of this is in the Comintern now. And Syria. Belgium just joined the Allies. So Belgium, one of the countries that did not join Benelux, probably saved themselves though, because they would have just lost and gotten annexed. Hungary took a state. German Reich took 7 states. Phalangist Poland was puppeted. Okay, boys. And Phalangist Poland is just a little piece of Lithuania. Shit. Alright, boys. We've gotten all the way to 1939. I'm going to pause it here. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this, make sure to leave a like, favorite, and subscribe if you're new. And I'll see you guys all next time when the Germans presumably are going to go to war with the Allies or the Comintern. We're going to continue to watch what happens down here with the Sabada Pact. If Turkey's allies are giving help. Actually, it looks like Afghanistan. Yeah, the Iranians are here. We'll see if they are able to take or cross, Istanbul. But thanks again for watching, guys. If you like this, make sure to leave a like, favorite, and subscribe if you're new. And I'll see you guys all next time.